I've picked the 10 most iconic movie posters of all time.
Let's talk about that. Good mythical morning.
Thank you for joining us today. I recently watched a documentary on Netflix called Drew, the Man Behind the Poster.
Oh, you've been watching movies again.
I've been documentizing.
Okay.
This one is about Drew Struzan, who is arguably one of the most famous movie poster artists
not aware of this.
Of past decades.
New to me.
Star Wars special edition posters, Harry Potter, Rambo, and The Goonies.
I've seen all those.
Amongst many others. The posters or the movies?
Both.
When you think of the movies, I bet you think of the poster for at least some of these. And that's what I learned from watching the documentary is that...
I have a photographic memory, that's why.
No, you don't. No, he doesn't.
I have a posterized memory.
But I gained an appreciation for how movie posters today are not what they used to be. They used to be works of art. They were evocative. They made you intrigued to see the movie. It wasn't just about, oh, here's the star and here's the other star whose head is slightly smaller. I want to watch it.
That is a good technique, though. Mark Wahlberg's in that thing.
Well, once you see the documentary, you will disagree.
Okay.
What it's led me to do is amass what I believe to be the 10 most iconic movie posters of all time. I'm going to take you through this by category.
This is risky. You're going to make a lot of people upset.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
But I'm with you, Link. I'm your buddy.
You can let me know what you think, and then you in the comments, you can let me know what movie posters you think I missed. Hey, don't hate on me. That's what the comments are for.
Don't hate the player.
Well,
hate
not
the
hating,
posters that he chose.
Yeah, and then pick your own posters. So here's my list. A whole group of iconic posters are designed around an
arsenic. They're lined with arsenic. They're poisonous. Do not lick
Try that again. An artistic treatment of an iconic scene within a movie.
Yes.
Like the Forrest Gump poster. I mean, this is an iconic scene when he's on the
bench.
The park bench. But you can see, that's the right
word.
word.
I think it's a bus, actually. It's at the bus stop. But
where he has the box of chocolates. But you see they replaced everything else with white.
Yeah, because he was not on a white site in the actual movie.
And then that's not on my list though, but it's close. Then you've got the Little Miss Sunshine poster. It's a great indie film, great indie feeling poster. They got the iconic scene of them chasing the Volkswagen bus, but then it's all on yellow.
Well, the whole movie was filmed on a yellow site.
But my number 10 is the iconic scene of the fingers touching E.T.
I love this movie, and I love that scene.
I know, you see this, and you're like, I've got to see the movie. And if you've seen the movie, you're like, oh, I've got to see the poster again. It's like a circular
you get
thing.
Caught in a time warp.
Because the poster helps you experience that amazing moment. Now, a little fun fact here, John Alvin, the artist, he used his daughter in as one of the hands.
Yeah, I could tell that was a little girl hand, not Elliot's hand.
No, it was the alien hand. His daughter had some weird long fingers.
She had Marfan syndrome.
No, she doesn't. She's the baby. So that's not from the actual movie. It's an artistic representation of an iconic.
Okay.
That's my number 10. But then there's a whole bunch of posters that are iconic because they're icons. They're literally logos. Like take the Jurassic Park logo.
That's a good one.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, this is the actual signage from the park.
Yeah.
Right? Which is a great logo, which is all you need for a great poster. But my number 9 is the very first Batman movie, Michael Keaton.
That's
now,
good.
when this poster came out before the movie, it just told you, oh, let's look at the way they did the Batman symbol. This is not going to be some cartoony...
It looks like gold.
It looks like gold.
It can't even fit on the movie poster. I bet you the movie's so awesome, it's busting out of itself.
This is a new type of hero movie. You can just tell, even by the way they did the symbol.
I wonder if they'll get Michael Keaton to play Batman, because that makes a lot of sense.
Well, it says Michael Keaton in the fine print on the poster.
Okay.
So that would have been confirmed.
Okay.
My number 8, also an icon, a logo, the Ghostbusters logo.
Oh, one of the best ever.
I mean, I think my kids...
I would have put that higher, but you know what? I'm with you, buddy.
My kids have seen Ghostbusters, but even if they hadn't, they knew this logo.
Yeah, I think about Ray Parker Jr. when I see that. I hear that song. Something strange.
Now, Dan Aykroyd, when writing the first script, he actually dictated what this logo should look like. So he's kind of credited as kind of art direction.
He was a genius.
For that particular one.
He's not dead, but he was a genius.
There's a whole other group of iconic movie posters, which I group in the creative interpretation of elements from the film. Like the moon poster is really cool. I'm not ranking it, but I'm mentioning it because Sam Rockwell and I are friends.
Yeah, you've ridden planes before.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the extent of our friendship.
It's kind of psychedelic too. If you zoom in and out on that one, it's like he's moving.
It's like those things in the mall where if you kind of relax yourself, then the dinosaur comes out.
Yeah, if you look at this poster too long, you look like a mentally disturbed person, though. It's the only problem you see.
You also might be a little mentally disturbed by my number 7, which is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I just think this is one of the coolest posters ever.
Yeah. It's a disproportionate neck. That's always a good sign.
It gives you the experience that you should have when watching the film of disorientation.
And also, he's in the desert, but you see the reflection of Vegas in his glasses, which is a genius move on the artist's
Pretty cool.
part.
Another category is a creative interpretation of things not in the film. So like the Office Space poster. I mean, that was not in the film, but it kind of gives you the comedic sensibility of what the film goes for. This is funny, memorable poster. It catches my eye. I think it's cool.
Love things with Post-it notes on it.
I'm not going to apologize.
Gotta see it.
But my number 6 is the Pulp Fiction poster. We had this hanging in our dorm room, didn't we?
We did, and we also had one with Vincent Vega and...
We had 2. That's going too far. Now, this scene was not in the film. This was actually created, just to parody a Pulp Fiction novel.
Right.
My number 5, using elements from the film but not in the film, is The Silence of the Lambs. Great poster.
Now, I do remember this scene, with the old moth mouth scene.
Yeah,
that's a great scene.
That didn't happen. The skull on the moth on Jodie Foster's mouth is made up of naked women.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, this is a 1951 photograph by Philippe Hausmann, itself based on Salvador Dali's Female Bodies as a Skull artwork.
Anytime I draw a skull, it's out of
photograph.
women's bodies. I mean, that's a given.
That's pretty cool. Okay, but here's what I learned from the documentary. This is the appreciation I gained, that the best movie posters of all time, the most iconic, are ones that are works of art as paintings. Paintings. My number 4 is Jaws. I mean, you say Jaws, you picture this poster. This is amazing. Now, the thing is, they spent 6 months perfecting this poster, trying to make it scary.
6 months?
6 months
it's scary,
to get that.
But that's a slow painter.
You can't, no, they just keep trying different things to make it scarier.
Oh, it didn't take him 6 months to paint this one.
How to draw the shark to make it really scary. And
a lot bigger than the shark actually is one way they did it.
Yeah, that's pretty scary. All right, and my number 3, this is a Drew Struzan, the Back to the Future poster.
This is great. This is definitely it's in your top 3. You did it right.
Yeah, this is my number 3. Now, the thing is, you just find yourself thinking, okay, this is a photograph of Michael J. Fox. But then you realize, you start looking at this thing more closely, and there's brush strokes, there's artistic love involved, there's, look at the fire and the light. This is a painting. This is a painter, a masterful painter.
And this particular one is not from the movie either. I mean, all these things happen in the movie, but never in that format.
My number 2 is the first ever 1977 Star Wars poster by Tom Young. They told him to emulate the style of Frank Frazetta because they couldn't hire Frank. He took some liberties with Luke and Leia. He actually used his wife as the model for Leia, and he also showed a little bit more leg and some abs that aren't actually in the film.
He took some liberties with the size of Darth Vader's head, too.
Yeah, it's kind of large.
Yeah.
I get it. All right, and finally, my number 1, Raiders of the Lost Ark, poster designed by Richard Amsel. You can't look at this poster and not want to see the movie. I mean, it's got all the elements. It's got the guy with the in the corner. I got to see this movie. What is that guy doing? What's wrong with him?
Yeah, he looks very excited. Makes me want to see it. You're right.
You think I missed it?
That's your number 1?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Right? Hey, I'm with you.
You with me?
Yeah, I think you're great.
Rhett thinks
I think
I'm
you have
great.
a great eye for movie posters.
Yeah, I do recommend.
What do you think?
I do recommend watching the film. I mean, Drew, the man behind the poster, you can watch it on Netflix. As a matter of fact, you can support the show and sign up for a free Netflix trial by going to netflix.com/RhettandLink.
That's right.
I'm just saying.
We've got a new sponsor on GMM. It's Netflix. So check it out. Use our code if you want to check out the new free trial of Netflix.
Netflix.com/RhettandLink. I don't even have to pronounce it correctly. You know what I'm trying to say.
You know what time it is.
Hi, I'm Abby from Westfield, Vermont, and this is my rabbit Storm. and it's time to spin the wheel of mythicality.
If you get tired of looking at rectangular pictures and you'd rather look at square pictures, you can do that on Instagram. We've got one. Instagram, Rhett and Link.
I've never found myself thinking, I'm tired of looking at rectangular pictures.
Well, movie posters are rectangular.
Click through on Go Mythical More.
They should be square,
Go
though.
into more detail about some posters
Then
we
you
can
could
get
put
to.
them on Instagram. Link thinks GMM just started. You ready to wrap this up?
I've amassed what I believe the most iconic posters in movie history.
Yeah, we've been through that.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we did. We talked about it. We talked about it for like 10 minutes.
I know.
And now
I know we've talked about it. I want to talk.
Up.
I want to talk to them about it.
Yeah, no.
I want to get started. I want to start the show.
Look at this. Look at this. See this? You just brought it out. We spun it, and now it says Link thanks GM. Oh, that's what you're doing. You're doing the wheel. See what I did there?
I've amassed a list of what I believe to be the most iconic movie posters in Deja Vu.
I think we've already been through this.
I have amassed a list of the top 10 most iconic movie posters of all time.
Yeah, we just went through them. We went through them, and then we did a whole nother thing in Good Mythical More where I told you about Benicio. And a couple of minutes ago, we brought the wheel up. Oh, I see.